time, some guy is just saying random other numbers. If you've ever tried to do that, it's a lot like that.
Yeah. Right. This is the second tier for cross-infection, which is spelled with an X.
Where does the X go? I'll never tell. Could go anywhere, really.
Again, with the spelling thing that happens with Sound Voltec's song titles a lot of the time, many of them use the letter X. I guess Sound Voltec's with that X. It's considered a very important letter, I think, in the kind of Sound Voltec's song lore, if that even exists.
This upcoming section, the chunking exercise here, sort of pushes the boundaries of what can be considered reasonable, I think. It's like right on the edge. It's right on the edge of being unfair, but it's just about manageable if you're very, very mindful of the upcoming notes.
Hey, you're not allowed to mention Flugel in this chat. Who knows what you'll summon? And you can see just the density of notes being so high at this point, and it's going to keep up.
Ooh.
We have Shihate. Guess how that's spelled?
That one's impossible. Like the other ones, you could have sort of followed some sort of thread, but
It's still an X.
But yeah, this chart is really hard, in addition to the mod being quite tough. Like, it's very draining to play this. But this is like the horrible, evil cousin of Ayakashi, mixed with pieces of a dream.
It's like the lineage keeps getting more muddled.
I do remember Fatal Entanglement.
Well, that one's easy to pronounce. It's Fatangle Entanglement.
Oh, that pattern is... This section is very, very, very hard to read. But it does follow the sort of standard not ITG box pattern that I haven't mentioned yet, where it's the pattern that sort of starts with 2 arrows and walks around the pad in groups of 4 arrows. And once it's a pattern that you start seeing in various places if you look for it, but it lets you play the rest of the pattern without being able to see anything. And it's one of the things that makes that section possible at all. I mean, of course, if you're really good, you could just read the pieces while it's column swapping, but ain't nobody got time for that.
Alright, we've got censored. Guess how that's spelled? It's a mystery. No one knows.
Single song now.
That's the new recurring bit. I think Censored is my favorite file in Mods Bootcamp 2, just because it's a really good idea for a file that fits the song so well, and it's executed really well as well.
I love that receptor walk.
Yeah. I like Valix's spelling of censored the most.
We need to rename all the Sound Voltec songs with an X in them.
That screen bounce was considered quite rough. at the time. It's very doable if you actually look at what the pattern is, though.
Keep a lookout of those sensors, by the way. There's something important that happens with them. I know a lot of people at the time noticed it, but I think this might have been lost to time and people haven't seen it. Or has it already happened? I forget.
No, it's right at the end.
No, it's at the end. That's right.
Yeah.
Get ready.
There's one more tier 4. That's the tier 4. Sayonara platforms.
Right.
We're almost done with MVC2.
This is the file that I've played the most in this pack, I think. I just really like the feeling of playing it. It's a gimmick that is so unapproachable on the surface, but it's not made up of anything that you haven't seen before. So if you really want to, like, sink your teeth into figuring out how to read it, like, you can. It's not something you memorized.
I think it is a little unfair with the rhythms. No!
I'm gonna stop for a moment there.
Yes, this song's so easy to get lost on.
It's
And
definitely the
previous one
hardest
as
thing in
well.
Mods Bootcamp 2.
Yeah, I think the combination of the syncopated rhythms plus completely white notes and column swapping and flashing makes it just... You kind of have to... At some point, some mods, you just turn your brain off and you just read it. And I feel like that's one of the mods where I just need to stop focusing and just hit as my heart decides, and occasionally it's correct.
Thinking of that one mod that I wrote in one of the upcoming... I'm assuming you're playing the bonus things as well in MBC3.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the mods that I wrote in one chart where Daiki during a playtest session said, "It's easier if you don't look at the screen at all."
This file is like honestly an understandable place to lose life bar. It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Alright, and something new that came in with MPC2 was an extra stage, which is an extended version, a custom extended version of the KAC 2012 Ultimate Medley that Condor Talon put together.
Yeah, I didn't say we were going to the end of MVC2. I didn't say that was the last song. So this song is like over twice as long as everything else up to this point. You could follow tier 5 if you want.
Yeah, I think that's how it was
Yeah.
sorted initially.
Probably like the dentist one as well in NBC2.
Yeah.
It is not.
Oh?
Cross-infection is the densest chart. In terms of just raw notes per second, I think because it's so long, it has a better average notes per second, I guess.
That makes sense.
But yeah, cross-infection and Shihate actually are both more dense in just raw notes per second than KSC Medley. However, there are 1,600 steps in the KSC Medley. Yeah. It's 1,600 steps over the course of almost 5 minutes. It's like 4:45 or something. And yeah, Condor kind of just threw everything into this medley, where because there's so many songs, it makes it so that you can vary the mods a lot in just terms of raw design. And yeah, you get things like that, which are callbacks to other files. Windu did Ellie did an Absurd Gaff song, and that directly references that other file.
So a cute thing about that section that just happened, it's like, so the song that was being referenced was Daichu Stage, which was in the first Subvoltex, and this sequence of each column that was flashing is actually the pattern that you play in the Subvoltex chart. So it's like, little things like that are just fun to do callbacks with. We like to have fun with it.
Oh, no, I'll be there. Time back up.
This medley uses a lot of songs that weren't used in MEC 1, 2, and 3. It's just kind of like its own thing. So this is a Panacolic. We saw Absurd Gap earlier, Daichu. I'm gonna end with a big one. This is Croy, I think.
Yeah, it's La Croix.
Croix.
The drink.
Yeah.
It's spelled with an X, of course.
I see that in the stores, but the song instantly gets stuck in my head without fail. Got.
We got God.
Got. Yeah.
Some really rough crossovers if you aren't ready for them.
The final stretch of the KXD medley, backburning.
Yeah, I
This
imagine
gimmick is-
Spootie's legs are max burning right now.
It's doing a sort of Warriors to Boot type thing while doing an Ayakashi and moving up and down as well. So I think it's a really good culmination of like the MBC series up to this point. This one gimmick, it sort of does everything that you've had to do, and it's really hard, but it's very possible if you're mindful of the left down upright orientation.
Those jumps are impossible on side read though.
It's rough. You can do it. Like you just have to pick one color. You have to filter it out in your brain. It's
that's
it's
NBC2.
sight readable, but...
And now on MBC3, which means we're about halfway done. Let's go.
Woo!
Right, MBC3 was a big project by Taro, myself, Halcyonics, and Puro.
And Puro,
We put together too many songs for this tournament.
It's like in the
this
40s,
was-
right?
Yeah, you have a healthy stack
Yeah.
of 46 songs if you include everything.
Yeah, 44 at the time of the event. So this is the qualifier song, everyone played it. Normally in these events, called sight reading tournaments, people step out who are participating so that they can actually see these charts for the first time when it's their turn to play, because we're playing on these official or semi-official arcade pads. However, with this event, other than the qualifier, we had so many songs and backups that we were able to have everyone stay in the room and be able to see all the files at the same time, which was, I think, a blessing in terms of that kind of style of tournament. And logistically, much nicer.
This file has a day and night cycle. During the tournament, we just let it run because this file was going to get played 20 times in a row. In order to have like the audience, like the stream chat, not get bored of the visuals, I made this day and night cycle and did the lighting for all of the assets that changes as you play the file repeatedly. If you press the 1 key during the, like, as it's a debug shortcut, you can actually just advance time by 1 hour when you're playing the file.
But yeah, that was probably much harder than the tier 1s that you've seen, and I think we decided that we wanted a slightly harder qualifier so that it wasn't just an accuracy test between the top players, and it actually tested some mod reading ability as it started out. We get into the actual tier 1s though. If you...
Oh, he did it. He turned on the clock.
You can probably already notice there's some production value that we were able to do just because we had so much time and the team was much bigger than previous efforts. So a lot of these files are what I would call spectacles. This one by Taro.
I would describe that opening of this chart as a waste of resources. I bought and installed RPG Maker XP to make that opening map for the beginning of this chart.
I love the rude foreground tree so much.
Yeah. We have a reference to Mother 3, and then it switches to a reference to Final Fantasy VII, with a 3D model of Chan made by Caitlin, who was an ITG community member at the time. Oh, it is ad time. We got 90 seconds of Edge.
Both Chan and Ash are gonna
Yeah.
get the skip.
Damn. This is a really good file.
It is.
It's a shame it's getting edged.
This is like a very good marathon file for all the game references.
Yeah. Nick, do you like how I used the world revolving background for this?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Just throw in like as many references as possible.
Oh yeah.
The OpenITG arrow spin.
Yeah.
Dreaming of You, I think?
Yep,
Yes.
Dreaming of You. The callback to Dawn
Dawn of Asia, yeah.
Dawn of Asia, that's it.
Edge over.
This is a callback to Dawn of Asia. Again, it was an effect that I liked so much that I was like, yeah, I feel like it fits perfectly here as well. It has very similar vibes to Dawn of Asia when it does that. And for a lot of these files, I feel like I wanted to take the effects a little further as well. Like, you don't want to just use the effects verbatim and then kind of have them do the exact same thing. So, especially in the end of this file, it starts doing a little tilt added to them. And while the playfield path doesn't actually tilt at all, it looks like it tilts just because of a small amount of rotation applied the further away from the receptors an arrow is. You'll see that coming up right here.
Oh yeah, that's swaying effect.
Yeah, so it looks like it's swaying, but those paths are perfectly straight. Or I guess they're a little diagonal, but they are linear paths.
You could sort of see how it was done by the way the background sort of moves due to like a floating point rounding situation.
Yeah.
Oh, I never noticed the background, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so Taro, you want to bring that kid up?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is dead ball to home run. I think this is one of the first ones that I made. I don't remember exactly, but
The 12th file that was completed. I had the spreadsheet open.
Oh, okay. It is the 12th file that was completed overall. Out of 45, that's pretty early, right?
Oh, we actually
yeah.
have dates completed on this spreadsheet. We were thorough. May 26th.
This file sort of has a lot of difficult swing in it as well.
Swing.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the first file you'll encounter that has a mini game in the middle of it. Reference to Rhythm Heaven.
There it is.
So this is something I actually do a lot in my content. Like before I did MVC3, I like to have segments in the middle where you do a bit of a mini game. Just to like break up the pace and like add in some extra mystery meat to the content. But yeah, the arrows stop in the middle, and you have to go by rhythm, and it turns into a Simon Says game. And on the last one, you actually don't get to see what the arrows are on the way out, so you have to remember what they were going in.
Next, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I could maybe sing along to the chorus of that. Maybe get convinced.
ひらりはらりと乱れまい今宵咲きます一輪の花
Oh.
聞いてくださいダダダダダダダダダダ
Filed by Nike.
Yep, it is by me. It is, I think, holding the record for the file that continuously breaks with each non-ITG update because of how many dumb things that I did with it.
Oops.
But yeah, this was a very interesting file conceptually to work on because it deals with so many limitations of the OpenITG engine in terms of trying to get specifically a mod called a D-pad to work, where arrows are scrolling in or out towards a configuration of arrows that is placed up, down, left, right on the screen, as you would see on a D-pad. And it comes up in the chorus.
So this one is OpenITG compatible?
It's OpenITG compatible.
Yeah.
This part.
Good now.
According to RemiWiki, several dots can be heard.
Alright, we are going to showcase some new songs that we haven't ever seen because of the YouTube issue. We are in our Toho block now.
But no, but Toho
It's
shows
not a
up
Toho
anyway.
song,
Yeah.
but Toho shows up anyway, yeah.
Okay,
It does, it has her vibe, it has Nitori's vibe. I think it fits her.
we're calling this officially the start of the Toho block.
This is an honorary Toho, she's an yeah. Nishi Nippori no Odori, it's an honorary Toho.
I guess we have
So
seen this in a previous marathon, but
I used a mask here to sort of make the arrows only visible on this texture. Oh man. I don't know where do I start on this. So you have all 8 arrows on screen, and there are no repeats until a full set has been like displayed. So that means you can just kind of take any chunk of 4 arrows and see all 4 of them. And I sort of decided that was the effect. Just like move it left and right. I think that's a really interesting effect, and I feel like I should do more with that actually, because I think it's pretty interesting how it's read.
Oh yeah, I love that section so much.
another thing to mention about the MBC3 files is that all of them kind of have a character that are associated with them. So we haven't seen this file in a marathon before. If you want to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
It's the first
So this
NITG file.
This is a not ITG exclusive. This file uses a mod called Confusion Offset, which lets you arbitrarily rotate both the arrow and the receptor for that column kind of anywhere you want. And I just decided to make it like a synchronized swimmers type thing. The arrows are doing a little dance. They're going where they're pointing. I think it's cute. But the main thing you need to pay attention to here is the left down upright order of the arrows. It will be left down upright. You even if it says otherwise, you have to just ignore that and deal with it.
I love those jumps that come in.
Yeah.
And the last one is completely unreactable, but if you've been following the pattern, it is every 4 beats. So it's kind of your fault if you missed that last one.
This will be on the test. I hope you've been paying attention.
And then for the ending, it switches to reading arrow directions specifically.
Alright, that was the non-Toho song. We're back to Toho. With the classic.
Classics of Toho.
So for this one, I ended up recreating the premise and the animation of the famous Night of Nights Flash animation. So here we have the playfields acting as, I believe it was Mei-Ling and Kawakuma, running away from Sakuya, who is annoyed at something having been broken in the mansion.
And the playfields are actually running and doing that animation.
Yeah, I made a little like running animation out of a combination of mods. This one works on OpenITG, by the way. So it's actually player 1 and player 2 split across both sides. So the left and down on the left side and the up and right on the right side are actually both from player 1. And that's how I created the like separation of the legs animation for that. This part is actually a reference to the Pump It Up song Destination.
Yeah.
I mimic the BG animation from that, but with Sakuya and Ascari.
I definitely
The
see
cat
that
face.
Yeah. And then more gymnastics as the knives are dodged by the running playfields. I'm really happy with how this one turned out.
Yeah. That one's great.
Oh, next up is
Yeah.
one I think everyone knows.
Also this one hasn't been seen
yeah.
before.
Nyan Cat! This one normally gets omitted from marathons because the song is a copyright nightmare.
It's like you can hardly say that this is playing DDR or ITG anymore.
I think this is a really good idea for a mod file.
I think it is. I didn't say it was.
So you have this character, Neko, who shows up in every tournament that I've done. And she is having a dream about eating Pop-Tart shaped arrows.
Also, remember this.
And you gotta remember this. Ascari famously cannot spell the word remember. If you know, it's kind of hard to notice, but the M in that correction is actually in the wrong spot, so it says remember. It doesn't even say remember after the correction.
I think the funniest the funniest part about that was I initially remember saying, "Oh shoot, Taro, that remember is spelled wrong. Can you like fix it?" And you could probably do it like really fun and like insert the M on the thing. And Taro put it in the wrong spot. I don't know if it was by accident or not.
It might not have been on purpose.
And I think that was just the funniest outcome of what that was.
The original remember this.
Unintentional. One of the Maorus had some misspelling.
That's right, it was the Maoru.
Yeah, no,
No,
Moaru and the
Pop-Tart
Magician's
references.
Curse.
Yeah.
So Moaru and the Magician's Curse has a misspelled remember, but this one was a typo. Like, I didn't know that it was wrong, and everyone noticed it and thought it was intentional. Everyone noticed it and just didn't say anything because no one told me because they all thought it was intentional.
Okay, by the
And
way,
that's
this
where
is
that
the
started.
football block here.
We Are the Scarlet was one of the extra. This is a reference to an alley file, Hard Week, Hard
Yeah.
Magic.
Yep.
This file is actually a reference to that whole tournament. Like each
Yeah,
part
that's
of
right.
that file is referencing a different chart from that
The
tournament.
sphere.
Yeah.
Now with transparency.
I should have made it less transparent. Get that original feeling. This file is OpenITG. This file is OpenITG compatible. That means I did not have access to invisible mines, but I like making people think there were anyway. Just keeps people on their toes. Because in a lot of charts, you would use like mines placed on the screen as an indicator that the segment has invisible mines, so you shouldn't mash. There are no invisible mines in this chart, but people think they are. It keeps them honest.
Oh, and the next song we're also gonna get a show off for Simon and Marathon. So,
Which one is it?
Fairy joke.
Ooh.
So, in the actual event, we had tiebreaker songs. This was the tiebreaker of our tier 1s. That does not mean that we're out of the tier 1s, though. This was for the round 1. So this is a little step up from the previous songs that we've seen. Chirno famously having that safe spot, so the icicles don't even hit the playfield.
Icicle fall easy. So this is a reference. This is a reference to an old Sound Voltex gameplay video where someone bound their lasers, but they held the start button down, and because of that, they bound their lasers to controlling the speed of the notes. So while they were playing the chart, the notes would just be getting faster and faster, faster and slower as they hit the lasers. And that was the sort of main idea behind this file's gimmick.
I'm starting to feel it.
I think MBC3 has the hardest charts out of the marathon. Towards the end.
Hardest easy charts as well.
Yeah.
We kind of didn't hold back for a lot of this.
I felt like it was important to, I don't know, make it so that it wasn't just a FA tournament. Like, it wasn't just based on accuracy. You have to have all the skills in order to do well in this.
Smack.
There she is. Yeah. Hana no Motorenga, a notoriously really hard chart to score on because of the swing and the timing that you need for it.
This was actually nerfed several times before the tournament. This is a really mean Black Sphere for a tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's like tier 1.5.
Oh,
We
that's right.
recognize that the files were harder than your native tier 1s. So we divvied that up into the next upper division.
Yeah, tier 1.5. As I was calling them the tier 1s that the bad kids have to play.
There was a really rude crossover near the beginning that reminded me. I think that was the meme arrow of this file.
Oh yeah, the meme arrows of MBC3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
think
each
that's
of
a
these
really
files,
funny,
Yeah.
go on.
we designated to have a secret arrow that was very funny, and if you hit it, you got a little bonus at the tournament. There's one for every single file.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a meme section where you have to hit all of the arrows in that section to get the meme award. But oftentimes it is just a single arrow that is funnier than the others.
Those graphics, was that that was
Order of
Mint.
Life.
Or
right?
like, yeah.
Yeah,
You
Order
know
of Life.
block.
Yep.
We're almost out.
This was. Go on.
I was gonna say 2 more songs, then Toho Block.
This was the second file I made for Mods Boot Camp 3. I actually made this in its entirety while still in Nick's basement after the previous tournament had ended. I just immediately felt inspired and was like, I'm making this. And this file is the primo chunking exercise. It's all about storing the next 5 or 6 arrows in your head as they go off screen and become completely unreadable. And you're reading the entire chart in like chunks of like 6 to 8 arrows. And if you can't chunk it, you just lose. That's it. You
Chunk it or
You haven't-
flunk it.
chunk it or flunk it. If you haven't developed that skill set by this point in your career, you're fired.
You're going to the glue factory. You need to train your wit. Not ITG is wit game.
Yeah.
This showcase is basically like a speed run, right? Like, even this has storage of some kind. This has note storage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the meme error right
That's-
there.
that was the meme error.
Backwards jump.
And then it does all the holes from the rest of the chart, and it just sort of jumps between them.
I just love the motions of these playfields so much.
As it like enters and exits the different holes.
Yeah.
I like
Alright.
when the climax of a file like does
Alright, we're out of
everything.
Toho songs, but a Toho's gonna show up anyway.
There's like 1 or 2 Toho songs later, but they're not in the block.
Mhm.
It's just really funny that a lot of them kind of clustered into the same difficulty.
Mostly because we wanted the higher tiers to mostly focus on the original characters from the series. But I do still think these old characters are important to the history of not ITG mods, and Mods Boot Camp 3 is kind of like a celebration of the entire, like, the whole community, basically. So this, so actually both me and Ellie used Nue in final stages in our respective tournament series. So this file is actually a mixture of references to the time that Ellie used Nue and the time that I used Nue.
Yeah,
So this is the UFO section from Floating Darkness.
yeah, and like the when the playfield was centered and like was flipping around really violently, that was also a callback.
Yeah.
UFO shaped.
Yeah.
Right, this is Vigor, the first file by Halcyonics, one of the other
Yes.
people who worked on NBC3. A very fun file, and I think the first with a bracket in it.
Yeah.
A bracket being hitting 2 notes with 1 foot on the arcade pad. Actually, Vigor is... I'm trying to find it on our spreadsheet. We'd marked all of the songs that were OpenITG compatible, and I think there are a couple songs like Vigor that use some effects that are only and not ITG compatible, such as those what are they called? They're the notepath things, but
No. Those notepaths are OpenITG compatible. I didn't use
Oh!
arrow paths for that. I drew those. They're just textures that I drew.
I was tricked.
The thing that is not OpenITG compatible is Hal used Roll as a mod in one section.
Oh, and I think Dizzy Holds is there as well.
Oh, yeah. Citrus.
Get ready your claps. That motion right there was a reference to Mayu.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's actually lifted directly from Mayu. I like looked at the values and everything was like, we're doing this. Because I needed different motions for the different motions that were happening in the drop, and I was like, I know one that fits this exactly. This was also one of the weird files that had an error during the actual tournament itself. I think it was the only one that had an issue, and it only happened that one time ever during the
It's
tournament.
never been replicated. I think it was a cosmic bit flip.
It might have been a cosmic bit flip. Or probably like a lag spike at the perfect time that made a tween not stop, and it caused
Yeah.
all the arrows to flip backwards and be unreadable. Oh yeah, and this effect, normally you see the arrows turn white before fading out, but they're fading out completely. How is that happening? There's the clap. The answer was I just overlaid a copy of the background on top. So it's
that
actually the
makes
background
sense.
fading in and out to cover the notes.
It's the kind of thing you come up with when you have those kinds of limitations. Very SNES era effect.
And that ending is also a reference to another one of the files of the character that was featured in there.
Oh, we're back to Toho for a sec.
Yeah, this is also brand new because of licensing and copyright.
I think this is the most Taro mod file in the pack. It's just everything about
It's
it is so
wonderful.
me. It's like you got the little guys doing animations at the bottom of the screen. You got the wacky vocals. You got this stupid graphic that appears over the arrows and tells you to do something.
Minigame. Oh no. Oh, the artistically.
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 Do you want to
yeah,
talk about that? I don't think we've ever talked about the pulse and difficulty sheet.
So this is making fun of another game that was sort of very strict on its charting guidelines to the detriment of what you could actually put in charts. And one of the things that was stipulated was jumps can only be used artistically. So anytime a jump appears in the staff that you have to read, it tells you to do it artistically. That way I'm allowed to put jumps in this chart.
There it is.
I had to, otherwise I wouldn't be allowed to put the jumps in.
I love how these just go off.
Yeah. That's a hand at the end. Aw, didn't do it as a hand.
Sorry,
Ooh.
the memo.
I don't think we've shown slow motion off either.
We definitely
No, we have. We have.
This is the first contribution by Puro. Kuro is very talented.
Yeah. That's like
Yeah,
the least you could say.
Yeah, like I
on
was
this.
trying to think of like that's that guy really knows what he's doing in terms of like visuals.
Mhm. This is a non-ITG compatible file
Yeah, it's not ATG
only. And you'll see why, based on just the effects used. There's a bunch of shaders that make the arrows do this. They have this really beautiful, like, crystalline ice effect, and it's, like, actually capturing the reflections of what's going on in the background.
Edge.
Oh no! AFTs.
I think you can still. I think some people can still see it in the picture-in-picture, so you could type it in the chat.
True. I don't know how much I can type in chat while being like verbose. Oh, okay. I wonder if the ads are desynced or something to that effect.
Huh. That's probably desynced between people, yeah. That's annoying.
That's honestly even worse.
Yeah, because like now we don't know when people are having ads.
Alright. We're in Koihado.
I'm very proud of that animation I did for pressing that button. I think it's a really well done animation. Some people get more or less ads.
That's weird.
One player missed? Okay. Oh yeah. The mini mech ammo. I actually forgot that I did that. That's a reference to UKSRT 2.
And those rotations are OpenITG compatible, which is
Yeah.
also wild.
That was a technique that was more or less pioneered by Kai.
Kai Dash, the
Yeah.
first owl.
The DDR 2014 reference. Because that's the game this song came from. Oh, it was one of the games it first appeared in. I think it first appeared in Poplin.
Forever redacted.
I do have water.
Oh yeah, her blocking the arrows and doing a heart is a reference to the first stage of the first ever UKSRT, where she appears in front of the arrows and does a heart.
Yeah, we're back in
We're
the,
into-
not Toho, but Toho is going to show up anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the tier 1.5 tiebreaker, so this was used if there was any 1-1 matches in the tier 1s. We're bringing it a step up in difficulty again. This file is a big reference to another one of Ellie's files, Seismo. Both using a Tenchi as a boss. Specifically, that file also used this background.
Shoutouts to Parallel the Bat for drawing that Tenchi sprite. The pseudo ho block. I like it.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, we're into the tier 2s. This is a very pump it up background.
Yeah.
File.
So Hal made this mod file, and we were thinking of what to do for a background for it. And I was like, I just want to animate something. I'll just like put together this BG animation. I sort of disappeared into a cave for 5 days and emerged with this.
Moai head. He's ready for the crouton.
One of the planets is a crouton, yeah. It's a song about 3 friends going on an adventure and visiting various planets. That's Daiki.
Hi.
Thinking about how this is a reference to that segment is a reference to a Puro file that was unreleased like 15 years ago and probably will never be released.
I feel like that's perpetually the struggle of any either chart writer, mod file creator, or just, I guess, any...
Creatives in general, yeah.
Yeah, creatives in general, where you will have a work in progress folder and things will not see the light of day, and that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she goes home, gets into bed, and starts the cycle again immediately.
Have
we shown Usate? We haven't shown Usate in a NBC3 marathon because of licensing again.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of the work that I did on this. Other than that Tay sprite, I'm pretty sure everything was hand-drawn and recreated. All these are tweens that were recreating the original Usate music video that iOSYS did.
Fine, we all have to stay together.
Yeah.
I'll copy it.
Blink is a bad mod. The lore behind Blink is like...
God, where do I even begin?
Basically, you can't even time it, basically. So you just have more success turning on and off stealth. But yeah, all these assets are hand-drawn other than this graphic missing, which is borrowed from...
StepMania 3.9.
Yeah. Pan. The clock
Oh, it
tower
goes
that
behind
blocks
the
your
clock
vision.
tower, yeah.
Oh yeah, shoutouts to the slumpage that got ported over to DDR apparently.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They basically recreated your slumpage chart as a new challenge chart for it.
What the fuck? I didn't realize that happened.
It's like not as good as your chart either.
Random box.
Random box is... It is.
I guess it's the start of the My Little Pony block.
It is
The
the
mini
start of
block.
the My Little Pony mini block, yeah. I had the I think it was Ken that vectored that Discord sprite, and then I was always thinking, like, since I first saw that sprite, like, the way it animated in the show with that little shuffle step, I thought that was really neat. So I want to make that. So I took the parts and like animated them myself in Flash, and then like wrote a thing to port Flash animations into Lua for not ITG, which I also used in Metal Gear in a different file. But this is rapid fire references to other games and a ball bounces while fitting music plays. It's quite an easygoing context switch because the chart isn't that hard, and oh yeah, we haven't talked about context switching at all. Context switching is basically switching which playfield you're looking at sort of while the notes are going on, and without losing your place or your combo. It's basically about car. It's basically about finding where you were in the new playfield before your like virtual memory runs out of the notes that you chunked. And I think Random Box is basically the context switch file. Because it's all about switching what you're looking at, but finding where you were regardless.
And this is trigger happy. This has a lot of references to Mods Boot Camp 2 because Trigger Happy was used as one of the songs in the Marathon extra stage. Also, this is a big Eureka reference.
It's mostly references to the My Little Pony tournament files and various files by Ken and Ellie. There is that reference to the medley though, because it's that section that also showed up in the medley.
This part right here.
Yeah. And this is a reference to the Ellie file from Arrows or Magic.
Yeah. I never really thought about it before, but yeah, all the motions in this file are like very reminiscent to Countertail's NBC2 stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The party cannon.
Okay, that was the end of the mini MLP block, I think.
Yeah, we have a transition from My Little Pony into Neon Genesis Evangelion. You know, normal people things. UKSRT 3 was themed around Neon Genesis Evangelion, and the extra stage boss of that tournament was Kaworu. So, because we're referencing everything, I decided to bring back Kaworu for this one. The main gimmick of this song is that there's this one section where there's a bunch of censor beeps, and that was the best part of the song, and it was just missing from the Sound Voltex cut. So I made my own cut with the censored part back in. It's a censor beep solo.
Oh, so good. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah, this part that was parts of reference to censored from NBC2.
I really like this version with the male vocals.
You're cutting out a lot.
I really like this version with the male vocals.
Yeah, it's a really nice cover. I did that because it fit Kaoru more, and it fits the it matches the version the song that I did for SOT3 for Kaoru.
Yeah.
This is another Halcyonics file.
Junk Mania. Oh, this is also OpenIGG compatible.
It is.
It does some really funny things with note rotation to the middle. Very similar to the modder whose character this file is based off of, Tak.
Yeah. Titties. So the way this works is very interesting. We figured out the mod Dizzy, which is an OpenITG standard mod. The way it works is it rotates the arrows at like 1 radian
Rotation?
per beat
Oh,
by
radian.
default. So at 628%, that is 1 full rotation per beat, because it's 2 pi times 100. And because of that, if you and stops obviously stop the beat from progressing. So if you have a C mod, which gets rid of all BPM changes and stops, it doesn't change the actual like beats where they are. So at 628% Dizzy, if you have stops and C mods, you can get the arrows to stop in the wrong directions based on where on the beat they land. So 16ths will stop at 90-degree angles, 8ths will stop at 180-degree angles, and that turned into kind of an interesting effect, like that could recreate confusion offset in OpenITG.
Fine, warning.
Oh yeah,
This is a hard tier 2, I think.
it is a pretty hard tier 2. This is the first time people saw Alice, who is an OC of mine. Her gimmick is that she rotates the playfield without, like, unrotating the arrows. So the playfield just rotates, and you kind of have to read the arrows as they rotate.
It's funny because I think that effect.
Shoutouts to LullaBB in the chat. Oh no, the stream.
Stream looks okay.
Oh, that's my end. Okay, never mind.
The effect of rotating the
It's on my
playfield like
end.
that, I think, originally came from what, Necrophantasia was it?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story about the projector? I forget if that was you. It happened to you specifically, or if it just happened in general.
My internet's messing up.
But because the playfield rotates like this and goes completely upside down without actually changing the notes, there was another file that took advantage of this effect to make things difficult called Necrophantasia, and it did a lot of just rotations in a row. And I believe there is a video of some people playing Necrophantasia and on a projector and just rotating the projector screen so that they could see the playfield normally.
Oh, we got an okay hand. I saw it at the end.
Yeah! The hands that spawn, I believe, can be random in the graveyard shown.
Isn't like
We
the,
are on-
the okay symbol like 1 in 100 or something?
I don't remember the odds, and Taro is unfortunately dealing with some internet issues. We'll probably get confirmation later. This is
Yeah.
Juggle, or as we affectionately know it during development, Buggle. Thanks to Darian for that one. But yeah, even that mini game, I believe was OpenITG compatible. I can't remember.
Yeah, Juggle is OpenITG compatible. The OK hand is 1 in 20. Shoutouts to Lullaby, who was in chat, who was the voice actor of Alice. Also, this file is rather mean. It started with a mini game that pretty much everyone failed on sight read.
Yeah.
The main gimmick of this file is these little characters. I call them the Bumpies. They're like an alien species that I made up. And their whole thing is they really like playing ball games and bouncing things between each other.
They're juggling.
And the play field is they're juggling. They fit the song because the song's called Juggle. They did exist before this song as well in a juggling game, so it was such a natural fit.
The fourth Bumpy's name. Is it Richard?
Yeah, Richard. Their names are Frumpy, Bumpy, Jumpy, and Richard.
Oh, we're tier
Classic.
3 now, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna see funny combos. It's just like a hint as to how we achieved that error rotating effect in OpenITG. But yeah, this was
Yeah.
the
Pulling
tiebreaker
back
for the
the
tier
curtain.
2s, which is basically a tier 3. Things are very hard. This chart is notorious for having really fast jacks at one point, which are really hard to hit on pad. And admittedly, I think we could have done a lot more pad testing on these files. But it's also hard to play through this amount of files in testing, like constantly, physically. This section is also a reference to the Panic-Holic section in Mods Bootcamp 2 Ultimate Medley. And then this part is just kind of impossible. I just remember implementing this was really, really tough in terms of doing math because I'm not moving the playfields at all. I'm using different percentages of flip, alternate, and yeah, just flip and alternate, or invert, sorry, to move the arrows across the screen with both of the players.
Okay.
Oh, Gorge Teach!
Shout out to my friend George.
This is one of the files I had a lot of fun working on. I don't know, I just kind of enjoyed making every part of this. There's like... It had a bunch of ideas that all came together into looking exactly how they did in my head as I was coming up with them and implementing them. And I just love when that happens.
It's very rare to happen because a lot of times it's like, oh, I have this cool effect concept in my head, and then you implement it and you're like, this sucks because it's so hard and I can't read anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it balanced out to the difficulty that I intended it to be as well, which is also rare.
Hello,
In the
Shakanetsu.
shoutouts to Shakunetsu.
Gorge.
Just feels customary that you have to have crossovers whenever you have a mod like this.
The funny egg beater rotations.
So good.
DLC time.
Oh yeah.
Once we get
We're back
done
within
with
the
song,
Toho.
one's gonna show up anyway.
Brains
More
in my
Toho.
behated.
She has a history of crashing tournament files. Oh yeah, this freaking sound vortex thing.
So in the game Sound Voltex, you have a blue and red laser, and since all of these funny arrow, since all these files are Sound Voltex songs, it's pretty much a direct tribute to exactly that, making sure that the arrows fall on those lasers. And here comes the shell game. There's one playfield that's flashing green. You better follow that. All the other playfields are lying to you. Good luck.
Yeah.
You thought that was bad. Shell Game Part 2 is coming up.
The Voltex chart also gets more in-depth as it goes on.
Oh, and would also mention that this is not ITG only.
Yeah. And then you gotta watch out for the illusion arrows.
And then you have to read the gaps.
Yeah, you have to step where there aren't arrows. Is that the end of
we
tier
defeated
3?
the Toho.
Yeah.
No.
No.
We got so much of tier 3 to go!
Yeah, we
It's you!
Is me. This is the file I probably worked the hardest on. There's a lot of funny things that doesn't feel like it should have been able to be possible in just open ITG. Like, I think it was mentioned way earlier on, but like, if you imagine showing this to someone who, like, was attending the very first site read tournaments ever, and it feels wild to imagine that this was always possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this was an early favorite of mine. This was... I remember passing this on Sight Read when it was first sent in and not understanding how.
This effect of going hyperspeed, but all of the playfields are still readable because they are, like, flashing at correct spots at all the times is pretty great.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Oh yeah, and also the general whole aesthetic is very inspired by Sound Voltic's Heavenly Havens UI, so a lot of the colors and kind of little glows that happen are basically straight from that.
Oh, I drew that water, by the way.
You did.
This is party time at the end.
Hyperspeed. Alright. Oni-chan.
Bangers only.
Oh yeah.
This file has a lot of emphasis on the green and red effect and flipping back and forth. One of the playfields is generally flashing green, which is the one that you want to be reading because the other one is flipped and backwards and bad.
It's not as mean as it could be, though. It doesn't lie to you, it's just harder to read. And
It's a
then
reference
this is...
to GAT.
Yeah, the final stage of UKSRT8. This is this file is made up entirely of references to the last 3 stages of SRT8. You got the girl with the green hair, her name is Shame. So we have the Shame Cube from Tang Pong from UKSRT8. It rotates and you just sort of have to ignore that as a visual distraction, and we got some D-pads, which were also prominently featured in the final stage of SRT8. And 2 of the faces of the cube have completely unreadable normals, which make it so that UVs, I mean, which make it so that the texture is just crunched.
They're just never shown, right?
Yeah, no, they are. They're shown very briefly though, which is.
Oh, ads during this.
No, Cloud9
No.
getting added. Yeah.
This is another
Yeah.
file by Halcyonics. These transitions are so beautiful. Like, the aesthetic of this file is so good, and I think this is also very much a fan favorite in terms of just overall charts in Mods Bootcamp 3.
I know Hell's really proud of this one. And like, it shows. I think Hell's really well known for just a lot of background aesthetics. Like, the mods that are affected by the arrows are really good too, but all the graphic aesthetics are so
Well, Hal is really good at backgrounds, but I actually did the background for this one.
Yeah, but there's so much you can
shout
do.
out to Darian for drawing the Kionari in
Background
the background.
sprites, yeah. Oh yeah, and during this file, the character Kionari, is a firefly. So occasionally you see a bunch of these little light balls there. We know them as light masses or ligmas, as for sure.
Ligmas.
Yeah, just see, look at all those ligmas.
They aren't always called that, and I still call them that internally in like everything I work on. So there are like shipped commercial projects with like small balls of light that are just called ligma.png in the game files.
Alright, here's Dark Matter. This is a very good showcase of the funny things you can do with specifically not ITG files, such as basically applying shaders to the actual models of the arrows and making them do very silly things and deform all over the place. As well as screen shaders.
This part's great. Just punching the playfield back and forth.
He's just
That gets really
punching the
hard to do.
playfield. I'm quite happy with that sprite.
Yeah. Also, the vertex shaders on these notes are so good.
This shader is awesome.
This is probably my favorite part of the file coming up, where the notes just like
This-
bounce into just matter at the bottom.
Yeah, the arrows like kind
This
of
is a
melting into that little
Freaking crazy
sludge.
shader.
And then they all come
And then
back.
They get resurrected, yeah.
I don't know how Puro does it.
Yeah. And then they like rain from the ceiling.
One last funny note coming up.
Alright, we're at Voltex so Daiichi.
I think we have like 10 more songs. We're getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the second to last tier 3, is it? Yeah, the other DLC. So yeah, all these graphics are also fully hand-drawn and replicated from the Sound Voltex 3 Gravity Wars UI. It's very based on that. These are not actual direct translations, they're just funny bits of dialogue intended to be said to the players as things are happening. This is also a very rough song. And so for that part, I tried making it as small as I possibly could while still being feasibly read to make people squint. Like, I think there's that, what's that comedian's name? Ken Jeong or something? When he's, like, squinting at that piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
It's emblematic of that image specifically.
Remember to stretch, by the way, and hydrate. He is giving us a good reminder.
And now we finish with our breathing exercises.
Such a silly file, I love it.
Alright, last tier 3s, and then we're in the final stretch, the whole marathon.
Alright, Wish Upon Twin Stars, which is a DLC released far after the tournament ended, just featuring some extra characters that got a bunch of votes in a popularity poll type thing. I'm very happy with how this file came out. I think it's really smart.
Yeah.
Features a lot of those arrows kind of being hit and then moving to their next place where they're going to be.
I'm trying to remember when this file was debuted. Wasn't it like a...
It was at another GDQ, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I say add instead of remote, but that's locked down.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was still during the marathon.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun to get, like, jump scared by new content.
Yeah. This next section is a reference to...
I think my internet is back.
Yeah, we heard your joint noise. That's a laugh track. That middle section was a reference to this character's creators game that they had been working on at the time. Spaghetti Beats?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. And arrows come and attack you at the very end. No.
Alright, tier 4 time.
Tier 4.
Let's go.
7 of these to go, and then the end.
This is
Him.
It's by Zut, which is a team of Pawn and Wak who are well known in the Bimani space. This chart had probably the most amount of work put into it for me. I did like all the backgrounds and I don't know. I'm really happy with how it all came together.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. It's like you see the raindrops, you see the rain, you see the ligmas. It just looks so pretty. It's also very hard.
It's pretty hard.
Like, all
This
the
is
tier
a
4s in
16.
Mods Boot Camp 3 are a little bit ridiculous for being
This
in a
is
sight
a-
read tournament.
This is a 16, which is the same difficulty as Deadlock Triple X from Mods Boot Camp 1, and it's also the easiest tier 4 in Mods Boot Camp 3.
I think Got More Raves might be easier, but
Yeah,
it's
Gummo
pretty
is
close.
easier to pass, but harder to sight read, I think.
Mhm.
Because if you look at the scores in the tournament, they went down pretty evenly as the tier progressed.
This part is so pretty.
Attention, because like a lot of the mods involve just the playfield and the arrows becoming unreadable after a short amount of time. That's like all by design too. This ending is so good.
It's like the arrows appear as shooting stars, and then you need to look at the reflection in the lake to hit the very end. Alright, and then we have the big Ellie love letter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I like teared up when watching this at the event.
It's like references to all Ellie's files, like XP,
Yeah,
Profession,
I think it,
we saw
it
earlier.
makes reference to like
Heck away,
Fly
Will.
away. now.
files in total. Yeah.
Yo, then me.
This is Golden Slaughterer, I believe.
This effect is actually an original thing that I made that seemed like something he would do.
This is some
And
Warriors
then
of
that's
Boot.
Warriors of Boot.
This
This
is
is
Golden
Golden
Slaughterer.
Slaughterer. Yeah, this is Golden Slaughterer. And Ayakashi at the same time.
Because the rhythms weren't already hard to read.
Yeah. And then
That's
this is
Riot.
Blastix Riots. "12 little
Fragments.
fragments of silence."
Yeah, last stage of a really old segment tournament, well before Mouse.
And then this is Disclose, and then Sick,
Yeah, sick.
and then Sick again.
Scrap file. The classic
Maze of
House.
Veneer Square. And then
Oh
this is
God.
Warriors of Boot, but worse.
This
It's
effect
Warriors
is
of
so
Boot
good.
and Crimson Sword. No, not Crimson Sword Dance. Inf Blaster.
This is one of those things you just kind of look at
Seismo.
and you stop trying to process it, and it just
Yeah.
works.
Like
Then we
2
go back
beats
to
of
Fly Away
Cloud.
now.
And then the receptors start spinning as the judgments start spinning as a reference to the sampling paradise. And then Lawn Wake, one of them, I forget which one exactly. But the holds goes crazy at the end is a classic of ITG.
Have we shown Got More Rapes?
We have Got More Raves as an experience.
Yeah.
I decided for some reason to fully recreate the BG animation of Got More Raves from Groove Coaster. Mostly just because I wanted to see if I could. And it involved a lot of pixel measurements of things. I also made adjustments to the things to make them easier on the eyes, but overall it's a fairly faithful recreation. A lot of the geometry is handwritten as well.
There's also those funny little circling sparks in the background that go away when you break combo.
Yeah, in Groove Coaster they happen when you have 50 or more combo.
There's also ad-libs in this chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
think Spooty just knows where they all are from playing the file so much.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of them were hit during the tournament. Maybe like
I think they
one?
were.
Okay.
There was like 1 or 2 that were just like really natural. So like there's the miss, unfortunately, but all the sparkles are going away. And then at 50, there they come.
Yeah, I think that's nice graphic effect.
And this part's actually original. Like, this wasn't in the original song. I
we see
put
that
it in
tree
just to
light.
mess with people.
Pickle!
The pickle. And then this part is a reference to the Tenkaichi event, where this song appeared in all those different games. And I actually did the chart segment that corresponded to that part of the song in those games in the background. So like the U-Beat section and the My My section.
Oh,
100%
yeah,
ad-libs.
Yeah, you got all the ad-libs.
Oh boy. SSK?
Oh,
More
no.
references, a lot to MBC2 and 1. So this is the Blastix Eyes Closing intro plus Shining Ray intro notes.
Yeah, the cool thing is we just went through like all these files, so you get to see what they're referring to now.
Blastix
Last
Ray.
time SSK got shown, it was just a bunch of references to stuff you hadn't seen, but
This is brand new.
this is a segment.
Was that Rampage? Or was it a...
Yeah.
It's the Rampage, and then it turns the opposite direction. Then we go to Isen. Whatever this is.
More chaos.
Don't look too closely at what those notes are making. That's not important.
The rapid-fire MBC2 Tier 4 references.
It's like cross-infection to preserve Valkyria. We go back to... That was a Sayonara Planet War. Cross-infection while rapidly spinning. Preserved back into the pieces. Shiwase trends. Oh my god, there's so
Yeah.
much everywhere. And it fits the nature of the song, which is the best part, I think. It just all worked out so well.
So that this follows a collab between me and Daiki, and like as we kept like adding bits to it, it just kept getting worse and worse.
The pieces with the spasming playfield on the top, Condor Talon, and Scuttle with
It's
the
like,
thumbs
yeah,
up.
this is what I wanted.
And a haunted house to finish
One
things
last
off.
haunted house.
And the Blastix driven drop.
Yeah.
Shout us the fail end of song, even though we can't see it.
And we're going down to last 5.
Fafnir.
Yeah.
Fafnir was the first Tier 4 that I made. It was the 6th file. I made this file in like, what, 3 days?
Okay, we haven't shown Fafnir at an event. No, we have.
I'm
I lied.
pretty sure we have.
Slicing
That-
the screen with a hole.
That screen slice animation idea like came to me in a dream, and I was like, I gotta do this. I'm sure it will look good, and it did.
This is like the one break you get in the chart.
And it's all crossovers.
You can't have people get too comfortable. It's Tier 4.
No, shout out to Jeremy.
I think just chart. She did the random quad in the corner. I think just based on the chart, I think this is probably my best like chart in MBC3. I think it's for what the mods are and for what the song is. I think this chart does really well at accenting all of it.
The screen movement is just so crazy as well. It's...
I kept buffing the screen movement in the back half because it kept feeling too much easier than the first half. I think I got it to a good spot in the end.
Peaceful version. Alright, and this is the extra tier 4 that we had, just in case something went wrong.
I'm not playing
It wasn't needed. It's
This
probably
file
like the
is
easiest
so
tier 4,
good.
right?
I don't know about that.
Uses a lot of non-Euclidean column swaps with the help of two players being offset to the side of the screen, as per usual.
Oh, this one's also OpenITG compatible, right?
Yep, it's OpenITG compatible. It's a reference to another file that I've done, Forbidden, which uses a lot of arrows that come at the screen very fast, like this.
Oh,
I love how threatening this is.
yeah.
It's just a very threatening file overall.
And this one's OpenITG compatible too, right?
Yep.
Hell.
Just pieces for fun. This is one of the only mod charts to make random speed work.
Yeah, it uses random speed. It's a generally kind of useless mod, because why would you want a mod that randomizes the speed of the notes?
Spin. And the other extra tier
Nailed it
4.
I think this is the hardest file I made in MBC3. The original draft of this, I sent it in, and Daiki was like, "This is the worst thing you've ever made," and it was nerfed pretty heavily before reaching this state, in which is still the hardest file I made in the pack.
It's got a lot of references to the UPSRT
9, yeah.
9.
SOT 9. It's kind
We're
of
not
like the
playing Taiko
condensed
and
version. It's
Yeah.
it's the condensed version of the back half of SOT 9. Oh yeah, this is the mod that is easier if you don't look at the screen. So basically, half of the screen is freezing at a time, and you sort of have to read it as it's frozen, as if it's not frozen. And it's kind of easier to just look at it once and then look it away from the screen, because it's a really simple pattern, and the extra information provided on the screen kind of messes you up.
Oh, that was the hold that gives you 200 combo if you hit it.
Yeah, it's Scream, and if you hit that hold, it gives you 200 combo.
There's like so many small things that go into mod charts that are really easy to miss if you've never noticed it.
Yeah, but I think all those like random details add to the replayability.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of times you need to figure out what not to hit over what you need to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
Alright.
there.
Right.
This is the final real substantial song. We've got a credit song on this, but it is the extra stage for MBC3, so it's like 3 times as long.
This is a hard file.
Oh,
and also
yeah.
such a spectacle. Like, we split this up into multiple sections, which different people worked on. I worked on this section primarily with the endless corridor of rooms that you travel through, and I'm so happy with how it came out. Like, this looks just
It's so good.
insane.
Huge tunnel of rooms that all... think the rooms are all constructed out of 2D assets placed in a way that placed in a 3D space. So it's kind of like it's what you would get in like a early 2000s PS2 game in terms of like how the visuals are actually constructed. Daiki did a lot of math to make the corridor function the way it is. Shoutouts to Marbles and Checkers. Windswept is coming out this year, made by Peking Boo, a friend of mine, for a very long time, who also was part of the ITG modding community for a while.
It was a funny thing to try to calculate which room that would be frozen on to put those two characters in them.
Yeah. It involved a lot of calculus, actually.
It did.
Alright, that is the end of Daiki's section. And on to Halcyonix's section. Just like an immediate jump up in difficulty in the chart.
Just the chart.
Yeah. Honestly, the Dragon Twist mod is pretty hard as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the reversible throne room that I made, because a lot of it the mods spend a lot of time going upside down and not, so I decided to make the throne room reversible as well.
And there's the one pot.
Inbound's favorite pot.
Yeah. The pot you can use to tell which way is up. Really pretty kaleidoscope.
This part's so pretty. Like the kaleidoscope effect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that transition's so good on the way back as well.
Mm-hmm.
This waterfall effect's so hard to read, like it's so easy to get lost.
Speaking of waterfalls.
And now we're on to my section,
Hopefully the
which
waterfall
is...
caught an access violation and didn't practice last night.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Archaea notes.
This is my section, which is... It's quite the section. So that eye thing will be where the notes are visible, so you sort of have to follow it in order to read. The notes are still arranged in a left, down, up, right configuration, so you can trust that. It's just a matter of coin.
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 I don't have any notes on this. You just kind
Your
of have
note
to look
from
at...
the previous MVC3 showcase was the worst gimmick you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
That is what you wrote.
Like, I guess I do have one note on it, but yeah, the only thing you can do with it is you have to look at the arrows and hit them. I don't know what else to tell you.
And then you did some great work with these rolling.
Yeah,
rabbits.
the
The
melee
Donkey Kong
Congo
rabbits.
jungle. The melee Congo jungle. I was looking at it in the debug camera, and I noticed that the waterfall was made out of cylinders. And I was like, I could do that, so I did.
And then you have a
It
full
turned
clock
out, like-
sim.
Also, yeah, this is a really impressive set piece for a not ITG sim file, I think.
That becomes part of the mod file too.
Yeah, the waterfall. You gotta read the arrows coming down the waterfall. Like, I'm really proud of that. I think that is just some of my best work in my entire career, I would say.
Yeah.
During the actual tournament, we used this part to actually tally up and
Announce
announce
the
who
winner,
won.
No! If I'm going down, I'm taking you all with me!
Shoutouts to Mandy, who voiced Yin Bao in the whole tournament. She's
Alpha
voiced
Omega
a
Black
lot
Hole.
of. Yeah, it felt fitting to end it.
It is the Omega.
Yeah, Mandy voiced a lot of characters throughout the entire series.
Woo!
Just the credits left. Oh,
Just one final
Luckily,
song.
it's an easier chart.
yeah.
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 Credits moment. Oh yeah, this was sent in as a 3 originally, and I was. This is a file that was made. I didn't see any of this file, and I got to sight read it during the tournament, and it was rated 3. And the only thing I could say after playing it was 3. Really? But it's really, really pretty. It's just like callbacks to the rest of the tournament. Well, yeah, shoutouts to Kiss PNG, which is now known as Clean PNG, where a lot of the stock textures used in the tournament were taken. They're free. I love when credits are synced to the music.
It's a really nice touch. That note is randomized. It is either an up or down every single time. So you have to
You
be
gotta
paying
be paying
attention to what it
attention.
is. It's something fun you can do in not ITG.
Yeah, shoutouts to like the whole
Every single one of
community.
these. And more.
And more, yeah.
Yeah. Since Mods Boot Camp 3 came out, there's been so many people who have joined the community and made such huge impacts to everyone
True.
who's been trying to get into mod charting, everyone who's been mod charting. It's a wonderful place, and I'm thankful that we have it.
You can pick
Yeah,
the
I'd say
timer
most of my like longest lasting friendships have come from the StepMania community.
The next note after this jump right here is time. One more.
And,
And time.
Oh man, GG.
89.
89.
No,
That is a very good
90.4.
score.
Oh, there's
Discrepancy.
90.4. Never mind.
90.4. Hey!
That's an even better score.
Where is that difference coming from?
There's
like
one
a-
excellent. Instead of a
Probably
great-
a mini game of some description.
Koihado.
Koihado.
Probably Koihado.
And did it just like subtract?
Oh yeah.
Did they just like subtract
Yeah.
a set amount from your score if you fail it?
I believe it does.
Oh,
That's funny.
0.5 is a big penalty for a marathon slog. Oh,
Oh man.
I'm kind of disappointed in the fail on Sayonara Planet Wars, but I don't think I failed anywhere else. Like
I don't think you
that
failed
was-
any of the others.
I think
Yeah,
that was
it's
the only
just
fail
that
point.
one.
And considering that, yeah, this is almost 3.5 hours of continuous play, I am okay with that.
You held on through that whole entire time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, GG on just getting through everything.
But yeah, yeah, shout outs to all the non-IGT the KF13 folks. You know, that whole server. I'm always happy to get non-IGT in the showcase, especially to help raise money for UCLU, which you know is very much needed right now. You know, just
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Make
doing some
sure
pretty
you're-
important work right now.
Yeah, and yeah, again, thanks for all the donations to make me sing along to a whole bunch of songs. My lungs felt like they were going to explode, but it's fine. They didn't. reminder to hydrate, everyone.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
I'm gonna do the heck out of that when I'm out of here.
Huh.
And I will be back on Wednesday for UFO 50 all gifts. But of course I want to just say thanks to Taro and Daiki for jumping in for commentary in the last second because believe it or not I can't commentate with myself while I'm playing. It's kind of rough. And of course thanks to Ellie for also commentating and letting me use this setup. These SMX pads are a lot better than the L-Tech I work with at home. So great to have a more solid setup to do this on. And yeah, besides that, again, thanks for all your donations. Just also want to just soapbox for a moment. Please, if you've been considering it, contact payment providers and put some pressure on them to start undoing some of the damage they're doing to clear the spaces in game dev. For those who maybe haven't been as silent to the news, can't blame you. But there was a pretty heavy blow the other day. Payment processors issued pretty major takedown demands to itch.io, a whole lot of games. Mostly not safe for work, but some not even not safe for work, just queer games were taken off of the site with pretty much no warning. And we need to do what we can to put pressure on them to get them to back off on that. Because, even if you don't care for not safe for work games, just the fact that it also hits some queer games that are completely safe for work in its crossfire tells you all you need to know. No one is safe from this, and, it's important to take action like this. And I want to thank, that leads me to my last shout out. Thanks to the folks organizing this, the really, really long and fun folks, for doing all the work to help raise awareness for these causes, and for having me. This is my first time on one of these. I'm hoping to be in more in the future. Great time, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.